Hey there, I'm going to go over how to do a kettlebell swing. It's one of the most common kettlebell exercises, but unfortunately it is also one of the ones that I most commonly see done wrong. If you're not doing a kettlebell swing correctly, that is when you will find a lot of times that your lower back hurts, either while you're doing it or later. And there's a few ways that you can check in with your body and make sure that you're doing the swing properly. And hopefully that'll take care of any back issues that you might be feeling after doing them. So first, I need to take you through a kettlebell deadlift. Learning a proper deadlift is going to be the first priority into progressing into a swing. So a kettlebell deadlift, we're going to start with our feet parallel. We're going to push our hips back. Get the kettlebell right in between your feet, find the handle, break the handle, which is gonna pull your shoulders down and back, abs nice and braced, tension through your core, tension through your arms, just stand that weight up. If you feel comfortable and capable in your deadlift, that nice hip hinge, you're able to feel those glutes as you stand, you're able to stand up tall at the top of your deadlift and stack your shoulders over your hips over your heels, then I would recommend learning the swing. So for the swing, we're going to step back away from the kettlebell. The kettlebell is that same hip hinge pattern. Hips go backwards, hips go forwards as the deadlift, but now we're introducing a ballistic element. As you push your hips back with the weight at your hips and then extend your hips forward, going into a hip thrust. So hip flexion, hip extension, thrusting those hips forward. Notice I didn't overextend and then arch my back. Hips from flexion into extension rapidly is going to pop that kettlebell up and out from your hips, and it's going to float right up to about your belly button or no higher than your shoulders. And then gravity is going to bring it back down. You're going to go back to your hips, hip flexion into extension, and we rinse and repeat. So to initiate that process, we're going to push your hips back. That kettlebell is going to be a couple feet in front of your feet. You're going to tip the handle back so you have tension from your hips to the kettlebell. We're going to hike the kettlebell up all the way into your body, like think about into your crotch, hike it up, take a sip of air, and then blast those hips forward into extension. Exhale at the top. So that is a swing. The most common things I see people doing wrong that is going to lead to feeling it in your back is, number one, I see people not bringing the kettlebell as close to their bodies as possible in the back swing. And we say close to your hips, but really it's this area of your body, which I would consider not really hips, but like crotch, but it's just not cute to say. So watch my backswing, and this is like the perfect lighting, not because it's backlit, but because you can really see. I'm wearing dark clothes. It's light behind me. In that backswing, you're not going to see a lot of light coming through. So watch here, hike it up, stand tall. Watch my backswing. My hands are right in my junk, in my stuff. Hips go back, hips go forward. The closer the kettlebell is to my body, the more force I have when I extend my hips forward to really push the kettlebell up and out. And this is not going to feel good, but I'll show you just for the sake of showing you what I see people doing out there is they think it's a squat and they're squatting instead of hinging, and they're keeping the kettlebell down by the knees. Can you see why this would be inefficient? And show you from the side, it's pulling on my lower back. It's just pulling on my lower back, especially when I do this. Lots of knee bend. Remember, it's hip dominant. I won't show you too many of those because, yeah, the back. The second thing I see a lot of is at the top of the swing, people, they think, oh, if I'm supposed to bring my hips into extension and that's good, overextension is probably better. Not true. We don't want to overextend the hips, giving up your abs, and then arching through your back. We want to stand up as tall as possible, shoulders over hips, hips over heels. Your abs should still be tight. Like someone could come karate chop you right in the gut, you don't even feel it because you're flexing those abs. In order to stand up tall and keep your abs tight, you cannot be in this position. You can't. Okay, so we need to take that little banana out of your back, stack your shoulders over your hips, tight with your abs, tight with your butt, tight with your quads. This is the top position of your kettlebell swing, not this. Sorry if I sound like a broken record, but that also is what leads to lower back pain. So watch the swing. Kettlebell is by my hips in the back swing, and at the top of the swing, I'm standing tall. I'll show you again the two things that I see from people is quad dominant kettlebell way down here and then ending here. So if you take a video of your swing and it's reminiscent of this, okay, in your back, try to eliminate those two things. Kettlebell nice and tight to your hips, standing up super tall at the top. It shouldn't matter whether you have a medium-sized kettlebell, this one's 60 pounds, or a heavy kettlebell. The same principles work. You shouldn't be experiencing that lower backache. What else was I going to say? Just really focusing on the top of the swing, quads, glutes, core, standing up tall. Whether you're doing a two-handed swing or a single arm swing, all the fundamentals of the swing, that hip hinge and standing up at the top, they all apply. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for watching.